everyone. I'm Yaoyi Wang, fellow of the Society of Actuaries, and today we'll be discussing volunteerism with the organization. As part of this SOA Thanks web series, the SOA features volunteers whose time and expertise has helped shape the profession and the communities around them. In recognition of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, I'm speaking with SOA volunteer April Shen to hear about her story. Hi, April. Thanks for coming.
Hi, Yaoyi.
To get started, do you mind introduce yourself a little bit and then talk about how you began volunteering with the SOA?
Yeah, sure. I'm April Shen. I'm currently the manager at PwC in the Philadelphia office. My experience with volunteering with SOA starts from exams. So my first interaction with SOA is writing exams to get my fellowship. And after I get that, I started to get involved in volunteering by writing exams. So I write exam questions, I read exam questions, that's where I started with. And gradually I started to write articles for the SOA publications. I joined Friends of the Council for the Leadership Council section and the modeling section. And eventually I become the vice chair of the modeling section of the SOA.
Wow, that's a lot of involvement you had. So what prompted your decision to volunteer and to join all those initiatives?
Yeah, I would say the prompt factors are the fellow actuaries around me. So almost all of the opportunities were introduced by friends, colleagues, fellow actuaries, people we meet at the annual meeting. So I would say this is a great community and a networking event.
Nice. So from all those interactions with other SOA volunteers, I'm wondering, was there one SOA member that inspired you? And then how did that person make a difference in your life through their volunteering?
Yep, that's a great question. And it's really hard for me to identify one person who inspired me. There are a few people, I guess multiple people. I want to maybe have two examples. The first person is Mitch Stevenson. I think he's at Peru. He inspired me. Oh, okay, that's such a small world, right?
Yeah, small profession.
Yep. So Mitch encouraged me to write an article with him a few years ago. And he also encouraged me to join the Friends of the Leadership and Development section back then. So I think with him guiding me through the process in the section is really, really helpful. The encouragement is, to me, helped me step out of my comfort. And the other person I want to mention is Stephanie Kwan, who I used to work with. I think she is currently at MAAA. So she was the chair of the modeling section last year. So she introduced me to, again, the Friends of the modeling section and also encouraged me to run for the council. So I run for the council. My first year, I served as a treasurer of the modeling section. Second year, I served as a vice chair. So these two people, they encouraged me, and they, of course, led by example. They are great volunteers as of now as well for SOA.
Good to hear those stories. Very inspirational. So can you also talk about how do you feel being an actuary and volunteering your time made an impact on others?
Yeah, so I think maybe I want to put in a plug for the modeling section podcast. So that has been something I've been really involved with. So the good thing on podcasts to me is everybody can listen. You don't have to be an SOA member. You don't even have to be an actuary to listen to that. So it's on, all those podcast platforms like Apple, Android. So to me, that's really a way to make an impact to the broader group.
Nice, nice. And finally, what would you say to someone who is considering volunteering?
Yep. So I think that's a great question, and I was wondering that early on. So I think a supporting group will be really helpful. If you know of someone who has been volunteering, feel free to reach out to them. I'm sure they'll connect you to something you're interested in. And if you don't have, know anybody in person, I would say go to SOA Engage. That's a database with all the volunteering opportunities. I think if you sign up, there will be volunteers who help you connect with the group. And the third thing is, I just realized there is a great email address you can email to, volunteer@soa.org. Email that and express your interest. I'm sure our SOA staff or volunteers can connect you to different opportunities. These are the three ways I think people could do if they're considering volunteering.
That's very good information that you're sharing. Thanks, April. Thank you for sharing your stories.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.